Luffman, and I talk about topics that interest me. Tonight, I'm doing it on YouTube, baby. Coming home from jiu-jitsu tonight, and I gotta tell you, I feel tremendously blessed. Like, blessed by the blesser, the creator of all of this deal. I feel blessed by them, by him. Um, Getting done with jiu-jitsu always feels good when it's over. Never been not glad I did that I went, you know. Um, and man, you know, it was good. I got two classes by two good teachers. The first class was all judo, and Max taught it. Max, a good judo player, or at least he's good at teaching it to me. And then I got Jack teaching butterfly guard, and I got Big Ed to drill with, and it was a good day today. And I'm driving home. I got the sun setting over my shoulder. What a blessing. Driving into downtown St. Louis. I train on the Metro East Illinois side, or rather I live there. See the sun on my shoulder? Beautiful. Driving up, I can see the arch to my 11 o'clock right now. It's looking beautiful. And it's gorgeous out here tonight. Got done. I feel good from training. A bunch of killers in the room. I learned some stuff. Practiced some old stuff. Got a bunch of mat time in. And you know what else was cool about it? Was I'm starting to get on Las Vegas time. I gotta get some hours training in the evening. And I'll be honest with you, man. My body feels better in the morning than the evening. Right around 11 o'clock is like when I love to train. I'll train at 6 a.m. No, I can do it. I'll train any time of the day, in fact. Oh, and you know what? My homeboy Luke beat me up tonight, man. He didn't have any fucking mercy. It was great. He put it on me, man. Luke beat me up tonight, man. And you know what, man? I had it coming too. What's up, gaming shorts? How you doing this evening? See the arch over my shoulder there? That's a beautiful sight there. Yeah, give you a call. Yeah, leave your number in the chat. Man, I'll call you. Or call me on WhatsApp. I'm on there if you can find my WhatsApp. Coach Tegan. That sounds familiar to me. I'm trying to place it. Anyway, I can definitely call you. Yeah, I talked to someone that I met today for the first time on a WhatsApp group, man. So I'm open to talking to new people for sure. And sometimes, you know, it's just interesting to see how the message gets out there and it resonates with people. Because, man, you know what? There's so many people out there that feel guilty about not having gotten it right. And here's the deal. Good luck getting everything right. What's up, Pants? Yeah, man. Actually, it's 50 miles an hour, bro. And you know what? What if I do cause an accident? You got a great point there. Have you ever thought about how many things a police officer has going on when they're in their car doing their thing? So they got all their gear on, which is probably not that big a deal, but it has an impact. And then they have their computer radio dispatch equipment up here, right? So they're on this stuff. They got their own personal cell phone that they're on. And they're probably driving fast. So yeah, I've thought about that. And you know, if you guys were my passenger and I was driving along, could I talk to you? Or would that be dangerous? Or can I talk to the passenger? Or what about if I have my family in my car? What about if I have my kid in the back seat? Can I talk to them without being a danger? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It's a good question. You got a point for bringing it up. And that's kind of the point of it, to be distracted. Because I get on here and just run my mouth, create content, talk shit, support the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and uphold the law. That's what I'm doing tonight. Yeah, but most importantly, I'm on here talking about gratitude. Yeah, you got anything you're grateful for? What about if I was reading the radio station in my on my display? Would that be a danger? Is being on YouTube any more dangerous than operating the radio in my car? What do you think? And believe me, I'm grateful for your questions. I'm happy you could join me and give me some shit. I love getting the hard questions. Do you have any hard questions? Well, so tonight what we worked on was a judo takedown, and basically grab people. How do I feel about my lawsuit failing? Well, that's not how lawsuits work. They don't fail. You might get one where a judge rules to dismiss, which is what happened in my situation. But I just filed a motion to review his ruling based on new evidence, which is within his jurisdiction and responsibility to do. It's not like we win or lose. I'm presenting the law. I'm not emotional about it. It's easy. The law is the law. So, yeah, but I think what's happening is the legitimacy is growing based off of the context I've had this week. I can see that oversight agencies are definitely starting to get involved, and those wheels are turning. And so, there's a part of this that I'm moving toward a situation where things that are happening are not right. And if it's happening to me, there's a good chance it's happening to other people in this county. And if it's happening to other people, man, you know what? I got no problem standing up for that. Well, first of all, I don't have a choice. Second of all, man, I like being on the right side of this. And I think that judge, based on new facts that I filed today, is going to want to see, take another look. The facts that I submitted today are significant. So, and it's not an emotional thing, man. If once I take it to the U.S. Supreme Court and all 9 justices rule in on it, and they say, all your appeals are through, that's when I'll say, okay, well, cool. At least I got to go through that process and do the best I could and represent in a way that I sleep great at night, man. I sleep excellent. And then I get up and do jiu-jitsu. Then I get up and motions, and then I get up and do research on Supreme Court rules and the conduct of attorneys and all kinds of stuff. Topics that interest me, basically. The judge said I'm wrong. Well, he didn't make a ruling yet. What we've done is procedural. So he didn't rule on the merits of my case yet. And you know what? If it turns out, I know that the evidence of my case is there, but if it turns out that to get take that personally. Who cares? I've been at this thing too long, dude. I've been in the family court system too long. My callus is too built up to where I would get emotional. You know, but it's interesting to see it all at play because there's some systemic corruption that I think it's going to be hard for the people to not address it at this point. So I think that it's eventually going to come out. I think that's what's happening this week, in fact. And it's at its face. You know what I mean? It's not hard to tell. You don't have to be a trained attorney or judge or investigative reporter. You don't have to be that bright. Now, if it's a situation where the judge wants to look away because it's just too much, I see where that's coming from. I get that part. But it won't be because I didn't do all that I could do. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm enjoying the process. Because if the system's is corrupt, I'm so glad to be on this side of it. And that's just exactly why a thing like COVID can happen. Because of this little informal system where you start giving people that aren't on record, that aren't being held accountable, you give them a bunch of power. And that's how our system gets corrupted. So you got a bunch of people down at the bottom fighting over scraps. And they feel like they have some power, but they really have given their power away. And by, giving their character away. Giving their integrity away. My integrity's intact. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm moving constantly towards transparency and being open. And it seems like everybody else wants the file to be closed, wants it to be confidential, wants it to be secret. And I wish I had the camera on all the time. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but you know what? No one has to be. We don't have, that's the whole point of freedom. Is the First Amendment is not that you're free to say whatever you want. It's free to say the things that might be wrong, or you might change your mind about it someday. You can say something that doesn't have to please everybody else in the world. You dig? You can say things that are wrong. But you can't lie. And there's a difference. There's things that I've said before where I have more knowledge, more understanding, and I know that I've now changed my mind, but that doesn't mean I was lying. Lying's a whole different deal. So, yeah, anyway, still grateful. Still blessed, and not a little bit blessed. Continuous blessings that I don't even know about. I got angels on my side, working for me 24/7, watching my personal details. I got personal assistants out there watching over me. I got real people out there that are rooting for me. A lot of which I haven't even met you yet. But I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for your support. Boom.